Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting video tutorial today, and in this video I'm going to talk about how can you format your Apex class in VS Code or even the LWC component. So by default, VS Code doesn't really have anything to format your Apex class. It does have few things actually, default formatter to format the JavaScript code here as you can see, but it doesn't really have anything for the Apex code. And if you go back to the traditional approach, which is basically the developer console, so usually a lot of people do development in developer console, but ideally you should be using the VS Code because you have much more options with the SFDX. And I'm gonna, guess what guys, I'm gonna create some awesome videos for deployment, for validation. If you have higher orgs, how can you validate your new changes in the Salesforce org? So in VS Code basically, so all these things are gonna be in the next videos, and I'm gonna launch these videos by the way. And apart from this, if you have no idea how to even do the development in VS Code, I have created a video called Authenticate Salesforce Org with VS Code. I want you to watch through this, and this is the very first video I had created by the way on my channel, so I wanted to watch the video. And if you go back to the developer console, you have option to indent this code here. So I can just hit Control All and then do Control and then the Shift tab basically. So if I do Shift tab, you can see this is properly indented. So the same thing if I want to do in VS Code, I don't have any option right now, but we do have something called Prettier plugin. So if you go to the extensions here, we have this extension called Prettier, and for this extension Salesforce also has a plugin basically. So plugin for an extension, and to install this you have to basically run this command here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this command also in the description, so you don't have to open this page. You can simply copy paste the command from description, and you can simply execute this inside the terminal. So if this terminal is not available, you can always open this terminal tab here and hit this new terminal option. Now once basically you install this, okay, after installation you have to do a few things actually. So we have something called settings.json. So the settings.json will be always in this .vs code here. So what I will do is I'll basically copy paste all this on my GitHub. So you can actually you can go to the file, you can copy paste all this data, and it is basically just setting up a few things. Okay, for example, the default formatter here will be the Prettier, and then you have another file called Prettier RC. Okay, so inside this Prettier RC you will have this something called plugins here. You have to put these plugins, and again you have some options. Okay, these are all configuration options that you can actually put. So for example, if you have trailing comma, print fit, plugins, all these things you can I'm gonna put this link in the description as well here, okay, or comment section, and you can go through all these options here, and you can experiment basically. Okay, so once you do the basic things, for the basic I think this for our trailing comma and print fit is fine. And you can basically go to your go to this page, and you can check all this, you know, what is this quotes here, semicolons, what is this tabs here, all these things you can go through, and then you can experiment. So for now what I have done is I have installed this plugin. Okay, once I install this plugin, I have configured my Prettier RC file, I have configured my settings.json also. Inside the settings here, okay, if you go to the settings, so now how to go to the settings, so we have something called settings here. Okay, and then what I can do is default formatter. So whatever you are seeing here, this is nothing but this change only. Okay, so this is what I have selected. Also, if you don't want to do this manually, you can also select your Prettier plugin here. Okay, so that's what you have to do. Now after this I have this code here, I want to format this. So how do I format this? So again, you have some commands for running this Prettier. Okay, so I have option called npm run Prettier. Now what this command does is, this command will basically beautify every single file that is present in this yt_lwc folder. So whatever your root folder is there, inside which folder, it's going to beautify everything. But I don't want to beautify whole folder. Okay, I want to beautify just this very specific file because it's going to take a lot of time. So what I can do is I can always right click on my file here. I have option called copy relative path here. So I'm gonna click this copy relative path. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna write npx prettier -- write, and then basically you know, paste my relative path here. If I hit this, basically you can see my Apex class right now, it just got formatted. So pretty much this is the same thing. You have to basically always do it, but let's say you don't want to do this as well. Okay, you don't want to put this command every single time. There is another option called format format on save. Okay, so this format on save, if you just enable this, okay, it's gonna and if your default formatter is Prettier, it's gonna always do the same thing. So you don't really have to write this command here or copy the relative path as well. The same thing again, let's see, we have this JavaScript component from LWC here. I can do the same thing. I can just type npx Prettier -- right, and I can simply copy this relative path here and just hit this command, and that's it, guys. This is what the Prettier plugin does. And I wanted to make this a very short video today, a very short video under 10 minutes. So thank you so much for watching the video. I'm gonna create some awesome stuff with VS Code. I do have some API series which I wanted to plan since like long time, but I couldn't really do it. And but now I'm gonna do it. I have some time, and I'm gonna create some videos on APIs. A lot of people actually asked me to create videos on API integrations in Salesforce. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna introduce Omni Studio as well, and some best practices. I really want to create some videos on best practices and the DevOps part also. So I'm gonna show you guys how can you create your own DevOps pipeline. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.